ehiafo emabrofo a omo sika nkakra akade da ofo so a impom de bibi nkakra edi bibi afakọ ewia a odim ho hwe na se sa network mo so amoye ho ban a na so obi ehunu se na ekọ nso amfa sika meto so a mo so mo be lusu o magana mo amu nuamoba akrobeto amansan akrobeto minimu din komo nukureni baby medru na Ghana fo na age me baba medu baby medru nti edru bibia na asem bi wo ho a sinyame ameye so abagi din na wo se yenso yefa edin so ebo ye nuanom ene oban Ghana akura efiri mu no na se nema bi koso a eno so hadwene eye network meka networker meka MTN meka Telecel meka Tigo sa network mu nyina ama Ghana nka no kureni ye bebre me bon se ma sa network mu nyina obama abrabo ay simple na aye mre sabiye nna no yefifiri nkura se de benkran ene sempo ye wo kurom mpo a ne so obi hia bibia fanse me won kran na so obi hia de oteshi afere me fa taxi na te me fa moto na te me fa dropping ana uba akoteshi diska komo ni pakro na so o makura se de na sase kura na so true sa network miensin ye di akote o Ghana mu ye MTN Telecel and Tigo and one is simple cause o ma me yare o ye hia sika pa no asene within seconds and seconds can no do ase ultimate say aboa ema abrabona is simple but said ye company focus say brebo bia no so na say abo nyuma bata ho say ni bebre fasad madie so ye business akase efe enika say enye zi obeti so bi kase menya dwuma nya biu obi oni hwe kura no wodi bibi mienu betu to reference network bi so a no obondo yato no obi afref abra ete efe eti sa network miense mabodin se bi ka ho aminim de minim titru nan mabodin no yede mo ase but at the same time so no amanfo afasa akwa su eye fraud a ewi amanfo sika because network bia na obakoso bia na wo diska betu su bia na wo pin code a wo kwa na unim unless e bia wa bo bia ma na se me pin code ni but the ekoso ni enipa bitimi bo wura mu etimi nya pin code ni ko yusika unu obi ani ho nkobo otrofo otobe dance ni wo brichiri mumientie obame asem okan mesa to aso.
If you're someone who uses MTN mobile money a lot for business, for personal use, you need to watch this video. I got scammed. I lost about 11,500 cedis in one day. And this is something that I've found very difficult to talk about. You understand? Because when these kind of things happen, it's very difficult to explain yourself. Or most people would think that you are not smart. That is why you've been scammed. But I don't think that's the case. The telcos in question is MTN. Ever since MTN came up with their MTN app, what the app does is that it gives you access to your mobile money without necessarily having your SIM card in your phone. You understand? So initially, you know very well that without your SIM card and your PIN, no one can enter your Momo, or you can't access your Momo. But now that is not the case. You can actually access your Momo without your SIM card. So they have an online portal where that is the app where you enter your mobile number, your PIN, they generate some codes, you enter to confirm, and then it goes through. Okay, so now that is how the scam has been done. Okay, there are two companies in question here. One of them is Chicken Man. These people are people that have been buying food from for a while now. But I think somewhere last year or last 2 years, there's been this issue of people getting scammed when they call to order for food from Chicken Man. And I asked myself, why is it only Chicken Man? So I was at Kumasi Mall, and then I wanted to order for food. I'll give you a detailed story so that you get how it really happened. And then I ordered the food. I checked the map. The closest Chicken Man restaurant to the mall is actually on the road from the mall to the stadium. So I ordered. I was even ordering for a friend. So in the process of the ordering, the conversation was long, and subconsciously I gave them certain information that I wasn't supposed to give them. I gave them the numbers. You know, how it happened was, we were in a long conversation on whom the food was going to, how to identify the person properly. The lullaby they used was normally food gets stolen when they are delivering to a third party. So now they are coming up with they've come up with a new system that they are using to make the receiver very authenticatable. So the whole thing was like they were running you through the process. You know, you give them the name of the person, the person's number. They are going to generate a code that when they get there, you're going to tell the person, and the person will tell them the code to confirm it's the person. You know, a whole lot of shit that kind of sounds, you know, subconsciously you can get tricked, you understand? So yeah, me knowing very well that not giving my pin out is all I needed. My mind didn't really twitch me that no, this conversation that you're having can lead you to, you know, something tragic. So the very moment we were done speaking, the call dropped, and that day, luckily for me, I had done most of my transactions on Momo. So the money that I was left with on Momo was 6,500. And yeah, so right after the call, the 6,500 just moved. And normally they move the money to a Vodafone line, so it comes as a telecell push. So the money just left the account. And you know, at that moment I was like, what's going on? So I was seated in a restaurant inside Melcom. When you know if you know the Kumasi Mall very well, you see when you enter the Melcom there, right side, there's a restaurant there. So that's where I was seated. I normally sit there and work on my laptop. So I rushed to the MTN office, and the security didn't let me in. Yeah, the security didn't let me in. I explained to them what was happening to me, and I needed to see their customer service like really bad, and they didn't let me in. They told me I had to join a queue. So I left that place. The next thing I saw was they borrowed quick loan on my line. It was 3,000 and some coins, and then they withdrew that one too. So I didn't even know what to do. I don't know what to press on my phone. I didn't know what to. I called the office. You know, they told me the money has been moved to a Vodafone line. There's nothing they can do about it. I have to go to Vodafone, you know. And I changed my PIN that very moment. So after I changed my PIN, the transactions stopped. My account was already empty, by the way. So I changed my PIN. I called them. They told me I have to go to Vodafone, and even that money was a customer's, you know, down payment that I was using to purchase some stuff for a contract. So I came home, and at 12 a.m. a customer sent me 2,000 cedis, and it was withdrawn. It was withdrawn at 12 a.m. instantly. So I woke up in the morning and I realized that the money that came to my account is also gone. It's like, what's happening? So I called MTN, and then they told me they don't understand why even when I changed my PIN, the transactions. I'm telling you, I changed my PIN and the transactions were still going on. A similar thing happened to a lady, and then she came out with a video. Mine happened, I think, a day or two before that video surfaced. And this is what I have to tell MTN. I saw they came up with this write-up that the lady actually gave certain codes out without knowing or unknowingly, so it's not their fault. That statement is bullshit. Trust me, that statement is bullshit. Do you know why? You are a telcos, you are a telecommunication company, and you have partially, or you have now branched into banking. What you are doing now is banking. Now you need to understand that now that you are into banking, your security measures should be tighter. If you have come up with an app or a platform that enables your customers to transact without direct SIM card authentication, or without actually having the SIM card by your side, then you should also come up with more measures to protect your customers. I know when it comes to cyber security, the customer you have to do your part, and then the telcos also has to do its part. But MTN is not doing enough. Trust me. I bank with EcoBank. Now, EcoBank has a banking app, just like MTN does. Okay? And it is extremely difficult to scam that banking app. You know why? EcoBank requires your physical presence before you can log in. So let's say you are using your phone, you download the app. You can't transact without going to the bank with your face and your ID. Someone will say, oh, then, you know, that's inconvenient. You know, MTN mobile money is convenient. You can just log in. You don't need to go to the office. Would you rather lose your money in the name of convenience, or keep your money in the name of inconvenience? What is the convenience if at the end of the day your money is not safe? What is the convenience in that? Where is the convenience in that? You understand? So with the with the EcoBank app like this, you are going to create a login with probably an email and a password. Okay? Now, aside that email and the password, if you are using an advanced phone, you can add your facial ID to it, and then there is a PIN code. So you're using a PIN code, facial ID, an email, and a password. You get it? So even if someone tries to scam you and the person even has your PIN code, the person can still get through. You get it? Because it is very difficult for someone to actually go through a conversation with you, get your email, your full email, get a 8-digit, 6-digit password, and get your PIN code in addition. You know, before someone comes up with a lullaby or with a story or with a trick to get you to give them this information, it will be very difficult. They might get one or two, but because the requirements are so many, the possibility that you, the client, or you, the account holder, will get to know that no, this is a scam is very high. But with MTN, that is not the case. That is simply not the case. If someone finds a way, okay, if someone finds a way to get your PIN, or if someone finds a way to get into your account on mobile money, whatever your mobile money limit is for the day, the person can just move that full sum of money at one push. That is very bad. So let's say if your daily limit is 20,000, 30,000, whatever your daily limit is, the person can just move that amount of money in one push. I mean, why should that be possible? Because even with the banks, if let's say your daily limit is 5,000, or let's even put a daily limit, they have a limit of an amount you can move at a time. You understand? So let's say for EcoBank, for instance, if it is 10,000 you are moving, you can't move 10,000 consecutively. It will be blocked. You understand? So they still, even if the person enters your account, they still have these barriers to still protect you, so that even if the person gets access to your account, the person cannot steal everything. They are still thinking of how to protect their customers even as the account is open. But what does MTN does? Nothing. Once the account is open, worry, all your money can leave. MTN will push everything once the command is given. Where the world has gotten to now, and with all the technology we have, things like this shouldn't be happening. Things like this, there is no measures. You can just move the amount and it will just go like that. There is no, AI in place to check transactions. Some transactions are suspicious. You understand? So with EcoBank like this, there are certain account numbers when you enter and want to move money, there will be delays. They are intentional. they are intentional because they realize that no, you've never made any transaction with this number before. Why are you all of a sudden making a transaction with this number? Let's hold it a little and see if it's a scam or something. Those measures are all in place, but we don't have anything like that when it comes to mobile money. There's nothing like that. So where is the protection? Where is the protection? This is how weak the MTN mobile money system is. So this video is to advise everybody out there to be very careful with MTN mobile money. Trust me, stop thinking that you cannot be broken. You can't be broken. You can. Your system can be broken into. Even the CIA is hacked sometimes. So the advice I will give you is keep your money in the bank. Keep it where it is most secured. Keep it where it is most secure.
Madam, I say, see, not yet, Moka. Okay, Mumianti or by you, so some walker. Masatwaso.
Dear MTN Ghana, with the CA, somebody has withdrawn 11,000, close to 12,000 from my mobile money account. What did I do? Nothing. Nobody has called me for any transaction ID. Nobody has called me for my mobile money PIN. So how come I called your office after seeing the transaction and they are telling me I should hold on for 15 working days? 15 working days saying, are we safe? MTN Ghana. I called and the lady was even rude. 11,000, is it so soft to come by? Is it soft to come by MTN Ghana? Why? Every day fraud. I called your office and all they could tell me is I should wait for 15 working days. And the people have cleared all my accounts. 11,000 citizens are there. MTN Ghana, please do something about it. I beg you. Some people's money, my money, I never send 12,000 Ghana citizens. MTN Ghana, I have screenshots here with transaction ID. So if I haven't approved anything, I haven't approved my mobile money, how come somebody can enter my mobile money and withdraw all my money from my account? MTN Ghana. If you are this very hot Sunday afternoon, they withdrawn 11,100 and later withdrawn 220 cedis. MTN Ghana, an update on today's meeting with MTN. So yesterday, MTN contacted me through my Instagram and they called back and I had to go to the office. So I went to the office and to aid in investigation because the number is my number. So then how come someone can withdraw money from my phone, like without my notice, without me authorizing anything? So per the conversations, like they want to find out the calls I made, the people I spoke to, if someone knows my PIN, how I saved my PIN and all that, if it's my date of birth, if it's the last digit of my phone number and all that. Yesterday around 11:20, a number called me that he wants me to advertise his data for him, which I specifically said no because of this fraud people. So that was it. We ended our conversation there. So I just went to take my nap. So within that 20-30 minutes, and the money was withdrawn from my account. Yesterday, or yes, this morning, they said they sent an email to Vodafone. And unfortunately, the fraud guy has withdrawn the money. Yesterday, per what MTN told me today, the message they received from Vodafone, the guy withdrew the money immediately. He pushed the money from my account to the telecell push. So I didn't authorize anything. It was pushed from my account to the telecell push. It's just like, I don't know how to say it, but someone who has been scammed before will understand what I'm trying to say.
I will say, Yan, it me to your food near can want some. Next, I do it to me. If said, yeah, I would want to say, Uba will be a Usika, and you are different network. So, okay, can, Uba can, all right, but almost a month to me, Morocco. And you know, say, oh, Minister of Communication. ipacho eni saa enyumakuo ntra senkasa na ahiafo emaborofo a omo sika nkakrakra de da ofo so a impom de bibi nkakrakra eni bibi afakọ ewia a odim ho hwe na se saa network mo so amoye ho ban a na so obi ehunu se na ekọ so amfa sika meto so a mo so mo behulusu emperifo si ekuro behu ba hanso behu de omia no so obetere kankan omiamwa mimu obi afọ na mintimi mu obi afọ ba mu na mudi dwumadie ni ba ya ma ye nya agye atumo se ekọ nanim but de ohawa ye face ni mpacho MTN Telecel ene Tigo ekwam ya mefa so ma saa no ma we no mu ankata mbadidi mu nkomo ma obi ntimi mo nwuram ne mpo biti mbo wuram yi sika na odi mitimi ye number ye betimi abroko ne atimi atreje nya ne pakoro no let's do it na atama eshi ini pe su ehiafo esika kakra da so no amanfo wiwia me ba pacho wo sa victim wo sa se ma meke hu bia no for dance ye bra na bia network no na ehunu ya ye momu hunu se de nkofo nam omo network so edi amanfo awuni medin dia akrobato aka who knows tomorrow momiamwa na gane ye yi a eye me nyina ndamwase